Welcome back to Gunsmoke, a Spire RPG actual play from the House of Bob.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm playing Istrid Malel, the spider descendant midwife.
I'm Dan. I'll be playing Hugo Verite, the Vermissian sage.
I'm Alex, and I'll be playing Jeroth, the cannibalistic carrion priest.
I'm Christina, and I'm playing Leon LaCroix, bartender by night, knight by day.
And I'm Jake, your game master. If you like what you hear and want to support the show, please visit us at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. Last session, you were navigating the twisted nightmare warren that is the Vermissian on your way towards the nearest exit back to the real world at Endline Station. You were joined by Sonder, a priest of the entropy-worshipping Church of Absolution, who explained that his colleagues were being kidnapped and brought to a secret facility in Endline where their chaotic decay magic was being forcibly harvested and used to power the machines driving the disruptions in Red Row. You also have Veronica, the actress Vigilite you captured in tow, and we left with your route impeded by a rusty train car, its metal panels torn and ripped, suspended in the middle of the tunnel by thick spiderwebs. Istrid sensed the presence of several large spiders before one sprung from the ceiling towards her. But first, everybody's favorite part of RPGs, a bit of housekeeping.
Whoa, housekeeping!
This is a good one, though, because before you escaped the Vermissian, you succeeded in preventing the Vigil's attack on a stanza left unridden and Blossoms on the Moor, avoiding considerable collateral damage and possible Aelfir retribution. So this definitely counts as changing the Spire, and in a pretty big way. So you were all able to choose a medium advancement. There was some time last session when you guys were taking a break in Hugo's office at the vault, so you had some time then to rest and reflect on your new powers. So why don't we go through and see what you got?
I took Red of Beak and Talon, which is a modifier for the Murder of Crows ability, which I didn't even have before. But apparently I can take Red of Beak and Talon and just get Murder of Crows while I'm at it.
Nice.
So I basically got a double advancement by picking this. So Murder of Crows, the sacred birds of death come to your call. I have to mark stress to cast this, which is kind of cool. I'm going to have to take stress. It's kind of cool. There's a bit of risk and reward there. I summon a flock of crows, ravens, jackdaws, magpies, and all kinds of corvids who will do my bidding until the end of the situation. They can provide a distraction in a pinch, and I can talk to them in a weird croaking dialect if I want to ask them to gather information or watch an area. And what Red of Beak and Talon does is it gives them an attack, because I think the default version of this Murder of Crows, they can't attack. But they can attack. It's a D3 weapon with ranged and brutal. It's pretty fucking awesome. So
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that.
Do you think that like hyena carrion priests and bird of prey carrion priests, do they get along? Or is there a rift there? Or is it just a difference of style, but you respect your methods? Or
I mean, I sort of assumed that it was just like, you know, the better you got at being a carrion priest, the more of a zookeeper you were.
Sure. Just more options. Yeah.
We all sort of start out with a doggy and then like start to get more little animal friends as we go. So hopefully with my next advancement, I want to get like some squirrels and chipmunks or something, but like evil ones.
Right.
The ones that eat people, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
I got the advancement. Do you know who I am?
That's so you.
Yeah, you know who I am, so it's easy. Yeah, basically I get +1 reputation extra, and then once per session, if it's not a rep stress, then I can actually allocate it to a rep stress, which is good because I'm not really good at anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're about to get stabbed somehow, you can turn that into reputation damage instead.
Mhm.
We'll see how that makes sense when it happens.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I've got some ideas for how that might make sense, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Depends on kind of the fiction, I think.
That's your problem.
I don't know about that. I think it's our problem.
You'll make it our problem. I chose the Vermissian drop.
Nice.
I plunge a target into the dark realm of the Vermissian, hopefully never to return.
Oh no.
Wow.
I feel so bad for whoever that is.
Yeah, so make a roll. If I succeed, they get plunged into the depths through a hereto unseen trapdoor.
Damn.
So that's pretty cool. It's like, you're gone. So don't make me mad or else I'll put you.
Oh, no.
Right?
Does it say if you're already in the Vermissian, if anything happens? Or
It does not. So it's like, it's kind of a useless ability right now. But
I'm just going to throw you into another part of the Vermissian.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just send you somewhere else.
to the next level, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't say I can't use it or anything.
No. Well, another bridge will cross when we get to it, I guess.
Well, get ready for it, Jake.
Jessica?
I took a venomous mandibles.
Ooh.
Well,
You sprout mandibles from your lower jaw and drool an excruciating venom over your weapons.
Damn.
Damn, I
Wow,
hate
you're
every
gross.
time you get a thing.
Right? Right? It's all terrible.
That's metal as fuck.
Uh-huh.
why are we friends with her?
She's scary.
Yeah.
I figured because she was like a mother figure for most of us. But
Yeah, I guess colleague would be an apt description.
Friends may be too strong of a word. I can drip it onto my hands or edged weapons, and I can spit it.
Wow.
Excellent. Well, then I think you start to feel a bit of bile in the back of your throat as this spider on the ceiling is about to leap towards you. So you do have an opportunity to act here because you sense them coming. You had your spider senses ability on, right?
Yeah.
So you have the opportunity to act first. I'll give you mastery on whatever you do here because, again, you saw these guys coming. You sensed 3 of the big spiders in amongst the webs in the tunnel, and then this 4th one just up above you on the ceiling.
Okay. I communicate that to the group so they know what we're looking at.
Oh boy.
I guess I'm just going to activate my venomous mandibles. Can I do that and attack on the same turn?
We can say that you knew you were continuing through the dungeon here and you might get into trouble, so we could say that you had cast it earlier and you're ready to go if you like.
Would you like me to roll to have casted it earlier?
Yes, please.
7 is my highest, which is unfortunate. That was 3 dice.
So this is the first time you've cast this.
It's weird.
Yeah, you've called upon the spider ancestry that flows through your blood, and that blood starts to turn acrid and start to boil and bubble as you develop this venomous ability, and your body is not quite used to this thing yet. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of blood stress.
Okay.
Just 2, but you succeed.
I'm just going to spit at the spider that's about to attack me then. And I have mastery, so that's an extra die.
Yeah. Fight and occult.
That was a 8.
8 is a success. Take no stress. Good. So you're good there.
That is a d6 damage. I rolled a 5.
That's the one that's brutal, right?
It says bare hands or edged weapons gain
right.
the brutal.
Right. So you put it on your weapon, it gives it brutal, but when
Yeah.
you're just spitting it, it's not. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's brutal, like in the sense that it's pretty brutal.
Fucking
Sure.
brutal.
Yeah, that's still 5 damage.
Pretty brutal for you guys seeing me suddenly just spit terrible venom.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, could you always do that?
Guys, are you looking at Istrin right now?
So yeah, this spider on the ceiling opened its mouth to let out this weird kind of spider scream, and you, I was going to say Hakalugi, but that's not good.
I mean, it's basically what's happening. It's a venomous loogie.
I don't like it.
Yeah, which splashes across the spider's mouth and abdomen just beneath it, and you see it start to like boil and bubble, and its legs like flex out and then retract back in on itself as a good chunk of its face gets burnt away, and it falls to the ground dead beside you.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
I hated it, but I love how it ended.
good job, Istrin. That was, yeah. It was something else.
Hate to watch you spit, but love to watch them get.
Don't finish that sentence.
Yeah, that's fair.
As the spider hits the ground, you, with your spider sense the vibration rippling out from that action, and you sense the spiders in the webs are now aware of this and are starting to move towards you guys.
Now that it's down, you said it was covered in rust material with a metallic sheen underneath. Are they actually metal, or are they like just covered in some kind of metal?
Yeah, with it beside you, you get a closer look and you see that they do appear to be organic, but they have a coloration, a sort of camouflage, to blend in with rusted metal. Hugo, you probably know a little bit about these guys. These are called rustweave spiders.
Yeah, totally.
They make their home primarily in endline. So the good news there is that you're close because there's big junk heaps and scrap at endline. So they blend in with the junk and jump out at their prey.
So basically, this is just some weird Vermissian stuff.
Yeah,
this is pretty normal. I try to avoid them when I come up to them, but spiders, they're there.
They're there, and one of them is shooting a web at Ugo.
Speak of the devil. All right.
From the tangled webs beside the carriage that is being suspended in the middle of the tunnel, you see a big, goopy white mass being ejected towards you.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
What do you do?
Maybe I'll just take a shot with my crossbow while I have the opportunity. Or is it going to hit me and I just basically have to move out of the way?
Yeah, I think it is already fired. So if you just stand there, you might take them out, but you're going to get hit by the web. You could try to dodge. You could try to shoot the web out of the air. I don't know.
I am thinking it's time to roll. So I do like a sweet backflip.
Okay. Is that something you can do?
Yeah, totally. My powers are enhanced in the Vermissian. So also it's like low gravity. So not in this hallway, but
no,
in some places.
But it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be pursue is kind of the do physical stuff skill for the most part.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah, and occult is what these spiders are. However, as this is their natural habitat, so to speak, especially when they're in the webs, they're very agile and can move around quickly. So they have difficulty 1 as long as they're in the webs.
For me to hit?
Yeah, the way difficulty works is basically anything you try to do against them, you lose 1 die. They're able to get the good positioning and they're kind of camouflaged in there. So you don't necessarily know exactly the angle it's coming from, right? So they got the drop on you in this case.
So if that's the case, I only have 1 die.
Yeah.
That's a 4.
Oh.
So I try to do a backflip and I land on my head. And I just lay there spread eagled, waiting for the web to envelop me.
Oh, boy.
What must happen, must happen.
Wow.
I was going to say it was blood damage, but maybe it's reputation.
We all look at you a little bit more disappointedly.
Yeah, follow my lead. Yeah. This is how you do it.
Yeah, so the big massive web crashes into your chest as you're down on the ground, and it splatters the sticky goo all over you, which is just 1 stress. I think we'll go with reputation because that's the funniest one. 1 reputation stress. You didn't take fallout, but you are pinned to the ground by the webs. So you'll need to figure that out.
It must be cozy, though.
Yeah.
I imagine.
It's very kind of goopy.
If you like goop. We live in a goopy place. So.
Yeah.
It's a goopy world.
Who's next?
I think I'd like to use maybe Lay of the Land. Can you tell me a little bit more about the tunnel, Brian? I know we're in a train tunnel. Are there broken down train cars, or it's just
totally
a tunnel and some tracks? What's this place like?
Yeah, so the main feature is that in front of you there is this train car that is suspended in the webs, right? And it kind of does make a tunnel that you could go through, right? Because the back door has been torn open of the carriage. Otherwise, it's just, the major webs in front of you. The wall around you is, stone and brick. Some of it is crumbling away.
Right.
And there's the 2 metal rails on the ground. One has kind of torn up and is going up at an angle. That's about it.
Okay. And where am I in relation to these terrible spiders?
The group of you are kind of just in the tunnel, and then just in front of you is the webs and the train carriage.
And there's 2 remaining spiders?
You know of 3.
We know of 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
My God. I don't like the way you said that.
No, not at all.
Istrin has identified 3 of them thanks to her spider senses inside the webs. Yeah.
And remind me, did Istrin down one of them? With her
there was a
spicy
4th
spit?
one. Yeah.
There was. Oh my God.
Yes. There was a 4th one on the ceiling that got done in by the spicy spit, as you so eloquently put.
Don't worry, there's 5 of us.
Yeah, you've got them outnumbered.
Right.
It's totally fine.
You're 6 of us, isn't there?
Technically 6, but one of them is a prisoner.
That's true.
If you count my dog, there's 7. So
Yeah.
I don't.
you don't. Wow. I'd like to use Lay of the Land, so I think this is a dangerous situation, and I would like to name some features and opportunities to help us get out of this situation.
Do it.
You mentioned the rails, that one of them is up.
Mhm.
It is sharp as fuck. It's super sharp, like impale somebody or some spider sharp. The train car, you said the back of it is like open.
Yeah, it's kind of been torn asunder.
Okay, it's open. It's enough room for like a drow to get through, not one of these spiders, because these
good
spiders
call.
are bigger than us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's like a roof of the tunnel over us.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a hole in the roof, and there's light shining down through the hole.
Did you just
Presumably,
make a way for you to? Yeah, you did. Go ahead.
For crows to come in?
He sure did.
there's a hole.
There happens to be an aviary right above us.
Right. Well, you know what they say, a hole's a hole. So
Yeah, I guess I do say that.
Who says that?
everybody says that.
You know what they say, every hole is a goal.
I like that less.
Woo! All right. So those are the 3 things.
Okay. I think I have to say a hole in the ceiling with light streaming in. It is not sunlight. It is
Okay.
a very eerie, like blinking blue kind of aura that is
It's
seeping through.
Blinking.
We're in the Vermisian, man.
Yeah, there's no sunlight.
I don't
Yeah,
care
this-
for that.
This ain't on no realm you know about.
Okay,
Not to say you can't take advantage of that still, but
not with what I was maybe hoping to hack in
Maybe.
here.
I feel like any crows that you would be able to summon through that are not going to be normal crows.
Yeah.
They have been tainted by their existence here,
Right.
which could be good or bad.
Yeah, I was
Could be
going to say,
good or
I don't
bad.
know if we want those crows, actually.
Yeah. Okay. I know it's pretty freeform, but like, how much more can I do in my action here?
I think that's kind of your action, isn't it? Right? Does it say?
Just says I can name some stuff. Can I move, or have I probably done enough by like identifying these things and calling them out to the group so they know about it?
I think maybe if you want to just get yourself in a better position or whatever, that's fine. You can do that. Yeah.
I want to try to hop into the train car.
Okay.
Can I run for the train car and try to
Isn't
hop
it
in?
floating in the air?
Can I run and try to hop in? How high is it?
It's high enough that you could scramble up into it. Yeah.
Oh.
You can grab onto the edge and pull yourself up.
I'd like to try to scramble up into it.
Okay. Then please roll pursue and occult again.
Do I get to use mastery because I'm using the thing that I named in Lay of the Land?
You could, but that kind of that uses it up, right?
Right.
You can only tag it for mastery once, but you certainly could if you want to.
Okay, well, I'm going to, because otherwise I've failed very badly. My best roll was a 4 out of those.
Oh my
So
God.
That's a 1.
Oh,
So I've rolled a 4. 4 is my best.
How many
and
dice did you roll?
3.
So you would have rolled 3 for your normal
Oh,
roll. Because you
okay.
get 1 die, you have pursue, and you have
Okay.
occult.
So I could theoretically still,
You still have 1 more chance. Yeah.
I'm still going to do it. 8.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Phew.
Goodness gracious. You spot that opening in the carriage and immediately start booking towards it. And as you do, there's a gob of web that splatters on the ground behind you that was ejected from the webbing. But you jump up onto the side of the carriage and pull yourself up and scramble inside of the old discarded train.
Cool. So the stuff I've named still exists. It's still
Yeah.
in play. It's just nobody can use mastery when interacting with one
you
of those
just don't
things
get
again.
mastery for it anymore,
Okay.
but it's still
happening.
true. The door didn't suddenly get bigger when you jumped up there.
Hugo feels slightly betrayed by you abandoning him.
I've just get to a safe location.
You guys are like a little vaudeville team. Okay. I don't know if this will be something I can actually do, so I'll ask it if I can use pick a fight here. Because I would like to maybe single out the one who's I don't know, the mom or the leader to intimidate the other ones if I can beat it up.
The alpha spider.
Mhm, as they are known as the alpha, yeah.
That sounds interesting. I'm just going to read pick a fight here. Once per situation, ask the GM who's the best person to fight in order to beat them, make a good impression, cause a distraction.
Yeah.
So kind of make a good impression, but make a
Scary
impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, intimidation.
Okay, sure.
That's a good impression to me when I intimidate people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That sounds good. Okay, so yeah, as Jeroth is running up to the carriage and Hugo is on the ground covered in webs, now the 3 spiders that were in the webs have started to come a little closer, and you can make out their features. And you see one of them is a little bigger than the others and has like a more, impressive coloration, like almost a pattern on their face that looks very intimidating. Mm-hmm. And you identify that that's, probably the mama spider.
The big boss. Okay. Well, I'm going to finally pull out my Morning Star. This is no time for fists. This is time for crushes. And I'm going to attack her.
Cool.
Finally, fight is something I can do.
Yes, so it is fight occult. Because you have identified the best person to fight, will give you mastery on your first attack. However, as I mentioned earlier, when these guys are in the webs, they have difficulty 1. So you remove a die. So the mastery will cancel out this time.
Okay. 2 and a 4.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
So it is absolutely a failure.
Do a backflip.
Yeah, so you charge up to them with your Morning Star, take a swing, and they just kind of retreat a little bit back into the webbing. Your Morning Star is kind of going through the webs, but it slows it down as it does, and eventually gets caught in a little massive web.
Oh no.
This gives the spiders an opportunity to do their dark deeds, which is to bite. Mm-hmm. The good news is just 1 blood damage.
Okay.
The bad news is that it is eroding. The place on your armor where it bit, you see the metal around it starts to rust and start to become brittle and start to fall apart. If you take more damage to that armor, then it may become damaged beyond repair.
Okay. So I take a blood damage, or is my armor reset from before?
You should have full armor available right now, yeah. Okay. So you're taking 1 damage to the armor, but then the armor is starting to erode.
Got it. Don't like it. Got it.
You do have a potential ally here in the form of Sonder, Church of Absolution priest.
I mean, he probably doesn't want us to die since he tried to save us.
Yes. And I think indeed what he's going to do is he runs over to Hugo, reaches down, and you see a sort of grim black energy around his hand, which he touches to the webs, which quickly begin to disintegrate and dissolve, freeing you from their grasp.
All right. That's handy.
I'm going to just go for another one and spit at it again. Another fight occult.
Yes, please.
Guys, something terrible is happening here today.
Oh, no.
My highest is a 5.
Oh, God. We're going to die.
You move a little closer to the webs to get a good angle on this spit because, as well, Leon is kind of right up at the front of the webs as well. So you line up a shot, take the shot, and I think because you have to get this kind of awkward angle, the spider is able to, and again, they're quite quick and agile on the webs, is able to move away from the shot. How am I going to get you to take damage here? You're kind of far away. Oh, you know what? Actually, that is something the range tag does, is if you're at ranged, then the most damage you can take is 1.
Oh, cool.
If you outrange your target, I guess is what I should say, then the most damage you can take is a 1. So you're just taking 1 stress. Maybe it's just 1 blood stress because, again, you're dealing with this bile in your mouth.
I will also point out that is the end of spitting for this situation because it is unreliable.
Shit.
Yeah, it has the unreliable tag, so if you fail a roll with it, you can't use it for the rest of the scenario.
You need to rehydrate.
Or the situation. Yeah.
Get some fluids in you.
Full dry, not moist down here, so.
Definitely not. Well, better luck next time.
Thank you.
You go, baby.
Sure.
You're free.
You're free.
Yeah, I can break out of this. So
Yeah, they basically dissolve completely away.
Nice. I tear off the remaining webs and stand up. And I don't attempt a backflip again. I think I will. I'm just going to take a shot with my crossbow. Let's keep it simple.
Fight occult, but difficulty 1.
Yeah, I haven't taken my extra knack for today, so I think I might just put it into accuracy.
Sure.
Well, that's a 3 and a 2.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm using my ability though.
Yeah, don't forget you got abilities.
Yeah, I have that didn't happen, so I get to.
Good time to use that.
All right, I got an 8 in that one.
Oh.
Success with no cost. So
Nice. 2 damage. Oh, hey. I still have some sausages that I think are explodable.
What?
you
What
did
is
take
this?
some of the explosive haggis. Yeah.
What is
the,
this?
Oh my
The
god.
haggis filled with fire black.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember now.
Yeah, because I have in my equipment sausages. So,
Excellent.
We'll keep that in mind.
yeah. Trust me, it's going to be coming up my next turn.
You fire off a crossbow bolt. You have like folding crossbow. It's concealable, so you whip it out of your robes and fire off. And you hear a scream and a little splatter of green blood as it connects with the side of one of the spiders.
Ha-ha!
It's still standing, but it looks like it took a pretty good hit there.
Whew.
I've regained my reputation.
Well, maybe on a crit, but there's no real initiative order, so whoever wants to go next can.
How about the coward giraffe?
Coward or strategist?
In my eyes, coward.
Well,
Let's see how this turn goes, and then
Yeah.
we'll decide.
let's reserve your judgment. So
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
I'd like to try to do a ranged attack from this train car against one of these spiders. So I would like to use my ability Scout because I'm attacking at range and I'm from a position of hiding because I'm hiding in the train car.
Yeah.
And so I tell my little doggy to go scout out. And so Song like hops out of the train car and then runs over to one of the spiders to help me get a better look at him. And I assume attack occult.
Yes, please. Fight a cult. Again,
Fight a cult.
difficulty 1, though, so minus a die.
Okay, so I have 1 die for this then. Jesus Christ, I hope this works.
So yeah, there's a bit of the carriage that's been torn open, which gives you a chance to swing around your prey hook and...
And I've rolled a 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so the damage on your prey hook is a D3,
Yep.
but you have brutal, so you roll that twice, take the
Yep.
best, and then add 1 for the crit.
Whoa. 4 damage.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you swing the prey hook, start building up speed, and then launch it. Song kind of gives you the bark so you know which direction to point it at. You connect with one of these big spiders. The hook embeds itself in its side, and you pull it off, which rips out a big hunk of its flesh.
Hell yeah.
And it splatters this green blood all over the webbing beside it and curls up into, a little dead spider ball and falls to the
Yeah.
ground.
Nice.
It isn't relevant now because it's dead, but your prey hook has stunning too. Whenever a stunning weapon hits, it gets rid of all their difficulties. So that could be helpful maybe for the next one.
Cool.
So I need to unstick my weapon? Is that right?
No, that it just stopped your attack.
Right.
But the consequence was that your armor got that eroding
Right,
tag, right?
okay.
So, yeah.
So I just try again. Try to hit her in one of her blind spots of her many eyes. Much better. That's a 9.
Yeah.
It's a D6 brutal, I think, the Morningstar.
Ooh, I got a 6.
Heck yeah.
Yay.
That Morningstar is probably, the size of the spider's head, and it just blasts right through it.
So much goop everywhere.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There's not even much of it left at that point.
And then I point at the remaining spider and I'm like, you're next. Hopefully it runs away instead. That's what I'm hoping.
I'll have it make a resist check to see if it's going to stick around or not.
I mean, I did impress him.
Yes, the final spider there, covered in the goop of its comrades, sensing that this is not a good place for prey any longer, scuttles backwards across the webbing and into the darkness beyond. You did it.
Yeah,
Yay.
you better scuttle, you motherfucker.
So I get to refresh, right? Because I've completed a hunt.
No, I don't think this is a hunt. They were
Okay.
hunting you. You defended yourself from the
Right.
hunt.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, you need to become the hunter.
Since Veronica is there, does that count as me defending the defenseless?
If you tie them up and leave them defenseless and then defend
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
Found a loophole. We're always going to have hostages now.
Yeah. I need a refresh. Time to get a hostage.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Okay. Thought I'd ask.
No, definitely ask. Always ask. But yeah, I don't know about that one.
I would like to refresh, but I don't have a reason.
Okay, sure, go for it. Thank you. D10.
Should always ask.
Yeah. No, good job. Anything else before you carry on?
No, I want to go.
Let's get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, so as Hugo said, these rustweave spiders usually hang out in endline, so you're pretty close at this point, so probably worth just powering on.
Yeah.
Can I take a moment to cast Canticle of Remaking on myself?
You absolutely can. Please do.
It's a healing thing for blood. That's a 4. I don't get any healing.
Oh, no.
Damn.
4 is failure with stress, so
Oh no.
That's so awful.
Wow.
Make it blood stress.
I think it's going to be mind stress because magic just doesn't work the way you expected to down here.
Stupid Vermisian.
You try to, sew up your wounds with your little magic there, and you find that it's just, again, physics don't work the same way here. So up is not the up you were expecting, and left was not the left you were expecting. And your spell fails, unfortunately.
I don't think any of us are coming back here with you.
No.
This place
It's
sucks.
terrible.
I didn't do a good job of selling it.
I'm going to blame the Vermisian for all my bad rolls.
The spiders aren't that common. Like, I wouldn't get used to them. But like, this was a rare occurrence, okay? Don't let this taint your mind.
First impressions,
Well, I'm going to keep sending you guys back here until you like it.
Oh, no. You're going to keep opening that trap door. You like it this time?
Time to go. How much stress did I take?
Oh, just 1.
Oh, cool. That doesn't even.
Yeah, no, just your free slot there.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
All right, Sonder, let's get going.
Yes, let's. You guys, climb up into the train carriage and make your way through to the other side of the webs and trudge down the tunnels a little further until eventually, Hugo, all you hear it, but Hugo recognizes the sound of a loud train whistle echoing through the tunnel, announcing that you will soon be arriving at Endline Station.
That's the sound, guys.
Surely soon enough, the tunnel opens up into a humongous cavern where dozens of tunnels, walkways, and platforms protrude from the walls and ceilings like the inside of a pin cushion. As the terminus of the Vermisian network, all the scrapped carriages and junk from decommissioned stations eventually ends up here, and the cavern floor is a vast sea of twisted metal and broken glass. Occasionally, debris is jettisoned out of one of the tunnels, adding to the heap of detritus below. Hear the constant sounds of screeching brakes and rumbling trains that you've been hearing elsewhere. Now they're accompanied by a low, ghostly murmur of hustle and bustle, like a distant crowd of busy commuters. The other things, Hugo, that you would know about Endline here, again, it's kind of the terminus station. Yeah, again, where kind of all the junk eventually ends up. Because of that, there are several different gangs of roving scavengers here that will not hesitate to steal all your stuff. And there's usually quite a bit of conflict in this area as people are trying to find anything useful in the rubble and the wreckage. A lot of the upper layers have been picked clean, but there's still things to find below inside the lower down in the heaps of scrap metal.
Are we seeing active people right now?
It's a very big cavern. From where you are, I don't think you see anybody immediately, but they're down in there somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
Can I summon my crows to go take a look? Since it's a big cavern.
There you go. I did say it's a big old cavern. Yes, this area, you'd be able to summon your crows should you wish.
Okay, I would like to summon my murder of crows. And so I have to take D3 stress to mind or blood to do this.
God.
2 stress, and I'm going to take that to blood. But whenever I would take stress to blood, I take 1 less. So I'm only taking 1 stress to blood.
Neat.
Because I have guard. Yeah, so I summon like dozens and dozens of crows and magpies and ravens, and they come swooping in from who the fuck knows where. They're flying like sideways and upside down and right side up because God, this place is fucking crazy.
So they all take mind damage. And
I want to investigate further.
from one of the tunnels, one of the train tunnels, this flock of crows emerges, flapping around, and they kind of flap down to where you are and fly around you for a little bit until you give them their orders, which is to go scout out the area.
I talk to them in a weird crow language.
Anything, remembering that crows are not the smartest critters out there.
That is not true.
Excuse me?
I mean, compared to, drow and humans and that kind of thing. They're smart, but they're still birds.
Disagree.
What are you asking of them to look out for, or anything in particular? What kind of info are you trying to get?
This place is dangerous as hell, and I would like to know what sort of additional dangers lie between us and getting the fuck out of here. Because we're supposed to be near Endline, right? We're supposed to be out of here soon.
This is a way to get out, yeah, but you'll have to find the exit here.
Can they help us find the exit? Or does Hugo know the way to the exit? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can get out anytime.
oh my God.
Hugo can get you there, but it's just a matter of
Right.
getting through some of the areas. Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to know what other dangers lie between here and the exit, or I guess as far as my crows can explore.
Little bit of time passes. You guys take a moment to catch your breath. Eventually, the crows return, and you get a few little tidbits from them. Let's start with Hugo. You know the way to get out will be across that bridge, across that pathway to the left, and then over that one particular heap of junk metal, and then there's the station. The crows caught you that near that pile of scrap metal, there's 4 strange trained men, and another one says on the far side of the cavern, not where you're going to go, but he says, landslide, landslide. And you actually see off in the distance a little plume of dust and dirt and debris that's kind of circling around one of these big heaps of scrap metal where it looks like maybe a little landslide just occurred.
And is that an immediate danger to us, or it's just something's happening?
No, it's something to be aware of that could happen.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't dig too deep, you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so weird train men and landslide, junk metal landslides.
Okay. That's good to know. I wonder what the train men are all about.
No, don't worry about them.
Okay. All right.
I'm sure I can fast talk us out of there.
Can I add a place? I want to do pub crawler.
Oh. Oh.
Is there a bar in the Vermisian?
Yeah, or at least I've heard of it anyway. That there's a nearby bar or pub or inn where you can, or I happen to know the landlord.
Who told you about it?
I have an encyclopedic knowledge of all of these things. Like one of the one books I've read. Yeah, I'm going to call it the last stop.
Last stop.
Their food is terrible.
The food is terrible, but they're a safe haven.
The last stop pub.
Pub and inn.
I mean, I guess obviously it's like inside of an old train carriage or something like that.
Obviously.
It slides around too. Anytime there's an avalanche. You can't always find it in the same exact spot.
Yeah, that's fair. And you know the landowner, or the landlord. Who's that?
Barrel.
Barrel.
It's bold to assume you can own anything in the Vermisian.
None of the train men have evicted him yet.
He's a drow, or
He's a Vermisian drow, so all fucked up.
he's been down here a long time, is what
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, he never leaves.
I met him one time when he came out for like supplies or something. And I was like, what the hell are you?
He gives you his card and leaves you.
Basically.
Okay. Sure.
I just thought that'd be fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So you guys have some options now. You do know the way to the exit, but you know that there are strange train people along that route. There's this pub nearby where maybe you can stop and relax for a bit. Sonder also reminds you that somewhere in here is where his people have been taken and where their magic is being used to cause some of the disruptions that you've been experiencing in Red Row. But he's not like, we have to go right now. He's like, this is where we need to search. But if you guys need to recuperate or get supplies or go back up to the surface and bring allies, that kind of thing, that's fine.
I need a drink.
But I guess that's Jake reminding you guys why you're here.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
But yeah, no, it's no rush on that, just FYI. Yeah, what are you going to do?
I mean, have a fucking drink. We just had to fight a bunch of spiders.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we all deserve a drink after that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So you take a few tentative steps on to the heaps of metal that make up the floor of this place. And as you start walking, you suddenly hear an agonized shout from behind you.
Oh, no.
I don't know why that's funny.
I just don't
Sounds
want.
horrible.
I thought we were trying to get to somewhere nice.
We're in the Vermisian. There's only agony here.
All right. What did Sonder do?
It's not so much what Sonder did, but what is being done to him.
Oh, no.
You see Sonder behind you, buckled over in pain. Suddenly, a whirlwind of dust blows up around him. He swats at it ineffectively as piles of dust begin to build up around his feet and in the folds of his robe. His skin and hair begin to desiccate, and he coughs up blood.
Oh no.
And after only a few moments, the storm subsides. But as Sonder lifts his head, you see his eyes are bloodshot, and his face frozen in an expression of intense fury. He lets out a ragged battle cry and charges directly at you.
Oh my God.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening to this episode of The House of Bob. If you've enjoyed the show, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts, tell your friends, and you can hit us up on social media at The House of Bob and let us know what you think. If you're really enjoying the show and want to support us financially, please do consider checking out our Patreon. We've got all sorts of cool content on there, like a monthly bonus recording, a director's commentary, one-shot, and I want to extend a very special big thank you to all our current patrons. You're all excellent, lovely people, and we couldn't do it without you. Artwork for this episode is by Jake Javix, audio production by Alex of Astronomic Audio, and the music by Duke Albert. Thanks very much for listening. Have a great day. Roll on.
Yeah, you read a book one time about bears and how you need to lay down. You're like, if it's a brown bear, lay down.
Yeah, it's a brown spider.
I think
probably
if
the
it's a
same.
brown bear, you run away. If it's a grizzly, you lay down.
Yeah, my point is you didn't read this book well.
No, I should have been reading about spiders, not bears.
You're making some wild assumption about spiders based on a bear about books.
It's rust colored,
Book
therefore
about
it's
bears.
brown. Brown equals brown bear.
Oh my God.
I can see how you
math
came to
works
this
out.
decision.
Yeah. Thought about that while I did my backflip.
Right, you remembered
Short
in the book,
backflip.
they don't like backflips either.
Yeah, they're really impressed by black Phillips, so they'll leave you alone if you pull one off, but didn't work this time.
Brown lay down, black fight back,
Yeah.
white good night.
Yes, you're dead anyway.
Boom! Oh, no.
Oh no.
I was about to say, that's a 10, and then I realized it's on a D100. That's a 1.
I consider a cult to be a crime, though. Can I use it that way?
No.
Ha-ha!
You get 12 experience points.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Cool.
That's not a thing.
Yeah. I was about to say.
I was so excited.
I'm picking up my character sheet to figure out where to put that down. Like, oh, cool.
You also
I
get
didn't fall for your trap.
2 spider pelts.
Nice.
The finest pelts in the
The
land.
pelts are
I
covered
don't know.
in so much gunk.
It'd be kind of cool to wear something that looks like rusted metal.